Okay, what you want to do next is you want to get that all around there. You want to take, I usually take a little 2x4, but I don't have one with me right now. I had one, but I think I used it for something. And then I take my hammer and I lightly start tapping it down. Get it down, you'll see it start pushing out a little bit. Make sure it's straight. Tap on one side that you think might not be. And then lightly press down. You'll kind of feel it, kind of rock it a little bit. You can also shake it. If you hear that little thing in there, it'll start clinking around. You hear it right there? It's not down low enough. So you want to take it, if it starts getting a little hard to press down, that's when you want to take this and just start tapping it down. You don't want to go too far. I messed one up earlier doing this. So you want to be kind of careful when you get here because it gets real tight, and if you screw it up, you screw it up. You might have to start over. Alright, tip. Now when you press that in, this rim should be at the top. Just remember that. And you can even just take your Sharpie and do just a little X, mark it, because that's the part that you want to cut out around in here. You don't want it, because I've done it twice, so moving it around, and then I end up cutting this side out, and it should have been this side. So I'm going to cut this middle end out, and I'll give you a little... Okay, I got part of this cut. You see that? I'm using this little knife, kind of a paring knife or whatever. But any knife that you use, be careful. Make sure it's sharp, because the sharper it is, the easier it'll cut. But be careful, because this is the suckiest part of making this stove, is cutting out this middle section. So I'll get back with you after that's done. Alright, here's the alcohol stove we're making. Here's one that I had already made prior. I painted it a little bit. This has, I think, 8 holes. You're only really going to want to put 4 holes on this. You're going to go north, south, east, and west. About 4 holes on it. See how you like it? And then put another 4 or 2 or 3 holes, or however you like it. But you want to take a pin, or a tack works better. You want to puncture those holes, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so I got my 4 holes drilled. You can add more, so I'd start off with 4 if I were you. Pour about an ounce just above the triangles. That should be good enough. And you want to take your lighter or your matches, and you want to light it on fire. And it'll sit there and do its thing. Try to get you a little closer. I've usually had problems with this not blooming off these edges, or these holes. So we'll see how that does. Open cans are pretty good. Here we go, we're starting to get some. You can see the little blue coming out. Starting to get hot, boil. Alright guys, you can see that I don't know if I didn't make the holes big enough. And you really don't need the holes in the open stove. You can just leave it open like this. This right here is the penny stove. It's not quite as hot as this, as the open one, but if you look, I did a comparison on an open stove and a penny stove, and the penny stove burnt a lot longer than this stove because it's so open and it burns so much more fuel. And I haven't done a boil comparison, but I hope this helps anybody out. This is just to show you how the open stove is made. If you want any tips on how to make the penny stove, just email me or comment me and I'll answer. It's not much different. You just don't cut the inside out. You add more holes around. I put 8 holes on this one and 4 holes on this. Not quite big enough, but I hope this helps anybody out if they're making one or want to make one. I've seen a lot of videos that don't really show a lot of details on how to make one. So, you all take care. Have a good one. Bye.